Oh, well, I'll just wait for the counter downer.
Well, there we go. It's on number one now. We're fucking live.
Yeah, we're live with Power Hour once again.
Oh, sweet zombie Jesus. Thank the Lord. We're back. Oh, fuck, my water's far away.
Yeah, I took the liberty while I went to go grab go clean my hands off to go grab my water, but it's running low already.
Feel ya.
I'll have to drink about 3 more of those before I go to bed, so I'm not dehydrated in the gym tomorrow.
I've been doing pretty consistently with about 3/4 to a full gallon a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing pretty good with that too. And then, when I got real sick there, last month sometime, I kind of fell off the pound of water thing, and I've just been kind of drinking it like a casual slacker again.
Dude, the thing that's upped my game is this crazy bastard.
I was just gonna ask about that. It looks like one of them hydrogen bottles.
It is.
All right, talk to me, Goose.
All right. So I'm pretty sure I fucking sent it to you and Kyle and like the research on it, and it's not actual bullshit according to the National Institute of Health. Like fucking this paper that I read, and I think I sent it to you guys. Like it's actually a thing. So
Okay.
from a basic chemical point of view, it works as an antioxidant because hydrogen in the form of H2, because this thing splits the water molecules from oxygen and hydrogen. So H2 becomes the hydrogen goes to H2, which is the stable form of hydrogen, and the oxygen goes to O2, which is the stable form of oxygen. That just bubbles out. The hydrogen comes out in the solution. So as an antioxidant, how it fucking works is that when it sees an oxidant in your body, it attaches to it because hydrogen will attach to things easily because it only has one valence electron. So that's why you can only have hydrogen connected to each other itself, basically H2 or H2O, because oxygen is two valence electrons, and that's how it connects two hydrogens to one oxygen. So basically, anytime it sees a gap where there is one valence electron needed and to make that thing stable, hydrogen fucking attaches to it. It breaks the bond because it's an easy break because there's only one bond.
Right.
And the hydrogen fucking goes to it. That's how it does it. And
Okay, so
like,
what are the benefits?
oh fuck, they're numerous. So I haven't seen like the skin clearing benefits. The big benefit that I can tell right off the bat is I drink water more easily. And I don't know if that's all the benefits. That's what makes the benefits happen is I'm just drinking more water more easily. Like I can fucking put it down with ease. It's supposed to help with the liver, help with detox, help with inflammation, all sorts of stuff. And like, but the amount that they say that it helps isn't like super massive fucking amounts. But the way I see it, I'm like, for $30, if I get 5% increase across the board in all of those things, I'll get a 5% fucking increase in how I feel. That's worth $30 to me.
Absolutely, dude. Plus, you got the compounding effect of all those little tiny benefits.
Yeah, like I'll resend you the National Institute of Health thing, and then the like one of the Amazon water bottle things actually like says like it goes into like really good detail about like what are the full benefits. Like I know liver and skin were on there and anti-inflammatory, but like yeah, it's fucking pretty cool. And it's just fun to look at too when it's bubbling away.
Yeah.
Oh, this one also came with like a different cap. It has like a little thing on it, and then you can like put the fucking breathing tube like in your nose so you can like breathe in the pure oxygen while it's fucking off gassing it. And
Really?
I'm just like, what the? Yeah, I mean, it only goes off for like 3 minutes, but it's still like, oh, that's pretty cool. I can get pure oxygen if I want. And like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
why
did it.
not?
I did it a few times, and like, if you've ever smelled pure oxygen, you know what it smells like.
Right.
Like, if you ever had like added up your nose, I'm like, yeah, that's pure oxygen. That's pretty cool.
Huh. I mean, it's certainly worth checking out. I mean, 5% is 5%. That adds up.
That was my feeling. I'm like, all right, 5% for $30, and worst case scenario, I'm drinking water anyways. Fucking whatever. But yeah, like after it does its little thing, like you can hold it up to a light, you can see a bunch of little fucking like bubbles in solution in the water, and you're like, yep, there's the hydrogen in there. I'm gonna drink it. And it's not like if you have like tonic water or soda water or something carbonated where you're like, okay, I drank this, and then you let out a huge fucking belch like 5 minutes later, and you're like, yep, there goes all of that. Like, I'm not letting out a huge belch, so I'm like, all right, so I'm not like, I don't think I'm breathing it out when like my stomach just does stuff. I'm like, it's got to be getting in me.
No, I think I pulled up that report here. I Googled it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really fucking dry report.
Yeah. But I saw Joe Rogan talking about this stuff on his podcast too, the hydrogenated water.
Yeah,
I mean, it's certainly worth checking out.
it's, yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think it's bullshit.
No, I mean, I don't know, National Institute of Health puts it out. I mean,
That's a 50-50 shot right there
it
because
is. It is.
they even said that they put it on their website, but that doesn't mean that they endorse it or there's something else. But basically, like, it's just been studied and published by them. But like, they didn't study it, someone else studied it. They just kind of went, okay, it's been peer reviewed. Here you go.
I was just looking
So,
those up.
yeah, so it's like one of those where it's just like, use it at your own risk.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, you said it's not like carbonated, right?
No.
Okay.
So it's like really tiny bubbles. Like when you look at it, you're like you got to hold it up to the light, and like the
That's
ones that are along the glass there aren't them. Like it's more like in solution.
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
I mean,
pretty cool stuff.
I'd recommend it if you're like, I got $30 to spare and I want to see what happens. What's the worst that happens for $30? Or if you're like, I don't feel like fucking blasting $30 on that. Get it for me for my birthday, babe.
Not a bad idea there either.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, I spent $30 on way worse.
I've spent $30 in 30 minutes on nights that I don't remember.
Oh my god, yeah. That's easy to do when you're starting to pound shots at a bar.
Uh, with 15 of your best new friends.
Were you with us that time we went over to I forget what restaurant that was outside the back gate of Lejeune. But we were over there with Josh's platoon. I think there was like 20 or 30 of us sitting at a whole bunch of tables, and then people kept buying shots of Patron. Then the tab
I
came out, and
do
I was like,
not believe I
"Mother
was
of
there that
God!"
night.
I think the one round cost, dude, like $300, and everybody started chipping in because we didn't realize how expensive Patron was.
Holy shit.
Oh man, it was bad.
Yeah,
Like the
that
guy
sounds
didn't
like
care. Like we're like, man, we got to chip in. Then we're like, man, here goes our driftwood money. You had to strategically budget your night out like that if you were in between pays. Yeah, you had your nice restaurant or go out and eat with the boys, fund. Then you had your driftwood fund or your favorite clothing optional establishment. And then you have to have the Waffle House fund or the Kettle Diner fund.
I did like the kettle.
I remember the kettle quite well.
Yeah,
Remember
the
Nick
kettle
Byers?
was.
He'd order that steak and be like, lay it down, let it sizzle for a little bit, and then flip it over, let it sizzle for a little bit, and then just give it to me.
Nick Byers, who would literally say, walk it through a warm room and mean it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
More than once, this exact thing has happened. We get out at like midnight or whatever for night crew, or like 2 in the morning. It's like, hey, you want to go to Walmart, get something to eat? I'm like, sure, yeah. It's like, let's get some steaks. We'll like make something. We'll get some potato salad. We'll have a nice little time after work. He's like, yeah, fucking sweet. Let's go. Go to Walmart, buy some steaks. Soon as we clear the front door, Nick rips open the package of steak and starts chewing it and eating it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, having a steak. You gonna open that potato salad? You want your steak? I'm like, thought we were gonna grill. No, I said let's get steaks. I never said let's grill. I'm just like, Nick, what the fuck? So obviously I start eating the steak raw with him in the Walmart
Oh,
parking
yeah.
lot. Because I'm like, well, when in Rome, which is Jacksonville at this point, yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, win and ream. Eat your steak raw.
Jacksonville is definitely Ream.
Yeah, it's fitting.
Uh,
I mean, there's a
reminds me of it.
multitude of military towns that name could apply to,
Oh man.
like
So
Fayette Ream.
Vietnam, Fayette Ream,
Yeah.
Ream it Nam,
I like that one. Ream it nom.
Ream it Nam.
I had,
Still one of the most magical things I've seen was in that Walmart parking lot. I forget what I was buying that day, but it was fantastic. It was glorious. Leaving Walmart, so the nice yellow incandescent lights shining down on the parking lot, and there it is, a 1980s Camaro, teal, not a great paint job, starting to fade, starting to peel. Who walks up to it? A large man with a mullet haircut and a jean jacket. Just gets
oh,
into this fucking 1980s Camaro that is turquoise teal or whatever it is. And I am just watching, awestruck. I am like, oh, magic, fantastic. Like I'm just like, I can't look away. I'm fucking mesmerized, much like you are watching me tell you this story. And I'm just like,
absolutely.
this is the most fantastic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because like the humidity is just right, and you have a light breeze. Like it's gonna look like a White Snake video, just naturally.
North Carolina had that humidity too.
Exactly. A little bit of a frizz out, and a little bit of freaking warm breeze coming off the ocean.
That ocean was good for that.
were you Were you with us when Byers pooped in the ocean?
No, but I need to know about this now.
I forget
This is
what beach it
quickly
was.
becoming shit Nick Byers did podcast.
It was either Nick or Tommy. I'm starting to think it might have been Tommy. One of those two. We
Oh
went out
fuck!
to the beach, and it was like wasn't even a good beach day. Like the weather sucked. It might have been like right before a hurricane, or there's one off the coast or something. I don't know. I just remember Tommy had a wetsuit on, and God, I really think it might have been Nick. But one of them just like we kept he kept saying like, "Man, I got shit, we gotta go." And then one of us is like, "Dude, just let it rip in the ocean." So then they did, and they're like, "Now we gotta get out. There's brown trout floating." And that ended our beach trip. But yeah, one of those two
Oh my.
knuckleheads definitely crapped right in the freaking ocean.
You know, if you were to like hold a gun to my head and be like, one of those two pooped in the ocean, which one was it? Here's the scenario. I'd be like, I can't choose. I don't know.
And that is exactly my dilemma.
It's plausible for both of them.
It is. It is.
And if you bring it up, I think Nick would fess up to it. Nick would be like, oh, fuck
I
yeah,
think
it
you
was
would.
me. I think Dishler would be like, nah, there's no way that was me. It was definitely Nick. So I don't know, like, if I
I
ask
don't know though.
Tommy, he
He like
might
proudly
though.
told us that he like used to piss on his ex-wife while they were showering.
That's normal though.
I guess.
I mean, peeing in the shower is not that far of a step removed from peeing on your wife in the shower.
I mean, yeah, you just add the wife, so
Pretty much. I mean, did he do it before or after she washed her legs?
that's the important question.
Really is. How
Yeah,
much more rinse time did she have afterward?
I don't know. Was there a jellyfish thing involved? Maybe it was out of first aid.
I know they're from Pittsburgh. Is this just the natural mating ritual? Was he trying to demarcate his territory? There's a lot that goes into this.
Yep, that shit went sideways quick.
It really did. Here we go from
We're
he
gonna develop
he
a structure for things. To Nick pooped in the ocean.
Tommy pees on his wife. He's just marking his territory.
Oh my god.
How many wives has
Oh.
Tommy peed on?
I don't know.
I don't know how many. What's he on his third wife now?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Tommy since probably 2013, I think. Maybe maybe off and on between them, but the last time I really like messaged him was way back. I
The
actually did see him and
last
Edwards down by Altoona once. We went down to a bar.
the last time I heard from Tommy, it wasn't that long ago. It was right after I put out the Chase Wantland episode. He's like, "Don't stop doing this. Keep it up. I love hearing these." I'm like, "Holy fuck, he listens."
Yeah.
So yeah, Dishler. I don't know if he listens to all of them, but sometimes he does.
Oh, Tommy. Why doesn't he jump on one of these?
He doesn't want to. Neither does
Yeah.
Reggie.
Oh man.
I know. I really want Reggie to, because like when he gets going, when he starts texting me and like
He.
telling me stuff, I'm like, Reggie, these are fucking great stories. This is why you need to come on the podcast. He's like, nah, I'm not that interesting. My life's not that cool. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Dude, life doesn't have to be interesting. You just sit here and bullshit about the stuff that we did when we were younger.
Yeah, but also, what did he do
Reggie,
that
we
you
miss
and me,
you.
what did Reggie do that you and me didn't do in our Marine Corps careers? He deployed.
Oh shit, yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he went with 263.
I think it was 263.
Yeah, I think he went.
Because they
Yeah,
were
he
the
went with the
first one we
first
stood
unit.
up.
Yeah, Reggie
Okay,
went
so
with them.
263, 162.
261. The Knights.
I think.
Was it Knights or Griffins?
Oh hell, I
I don't fucking know. I know. I know. Edwards went with that third unit
throw it easy.
because 162 Kelleher went with. Yeah, yeah. I know Reggie went with that third unit. I think Euro went with them too. And then after that, I got out. So, but I know Hawes and Bishop went to that one, but that's where Bishop was from. Yeah, I don't know. And after that, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, somehow I had that 4-year contract. I had to stay back as long as you guys did. So once
I mean,
2007 rolled around, I was gone. Well, August.
they they didn't send me anywhere because I wasn't going to re-enlist because I'm like, I've kind of had enough. They asked me, that one retention lady was like, oh, what would it take to make you re-enlist? I'm like, a 55-gallon drum with all blue M&Ms, peanut, and I really just don't want to. I don't think there's anything you can offer me. We can get you, I forget what that was, like X amount of dollars tax-free if I went to Iraq and signed it for a day. And I'm like, not really. I want my freedom.
Yeah, I definitely left too soon.
If there would have been like a 1 or 2 year extension option where it's like, we'll extend you for 2 years because we know you never got to do the deployment thing. We'll send you deployable and you can go about your merry way if you've had enough, or if you decide you like fleet life, you can stay. That would have been a great option because there were so many people that were just so fucking disheartened from being non-deployable for 4 or 5 years where it's like, I don't see a point to anything I'm doing.
Maybe that's something that's not talked about enough too in that scenario because, like, now you imagine, like, yeah, that did kind of have a shitty aspect to it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, like,
I work like a normal job. These other guys, they get to go out and at least do what they signed up for.
yep. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you could always look at it like everybody plays their role, like everybody's supporting the freaking grunt, but it's a nice band aid for what you're feeling. He's kind of polishing a turd at that point.
I mean, about all I can say is like I fulfilled my contract to the Marine Corps. I did exactly what they wanted me to do, but I didn't get to do what I wanted to do with them. And it's just like, well, whose fault is that? Well, mine.
Yeah. Oh no. I've
The
been
way I
pondering
see it
that for a
is,
while.
the way I see it is I could have if I wanted to. After those 5 years, I'm like, I don't know if I want to anymore. And so I did the right move for me, and that was getting out. Like, I did the Marine Corps thing, I gave it my all. I have my own thoughts on how my service was, and there's a bunch of other reasons why I got out too, and I'm like, I'm done. And I tried doing the don't look back thing, but I keep looking back. I'm just like, that rear view mirror is so nice.
Yeah, it's hard to wipe the slate of 4 or 5 years of your life that you put in.
But also, like, that rear view mirror isn't reminding you of all the retarded and the done times. Like,
Oh my
yeah, you
god.
remember field day, but you remember getting hammered at field days. And Noble Romans, if you ordered a large pizza, the second pizza was 25 cents on fucking Thursdays. And it's just like, and someone else would get a case of beer, and someone else would get a case of beer. Next thing you know, you're hammered and your room's not clean, and you're like, maybe they won't inspect tomorrow. And they didn't.
Oh man. I got so used to them not inspecting rooms that I would just leave on the weekend. I'd go up to like I'd go up to ECU and hang out up there. Or I'd go up to Washington, go see that freaking one first sergeant's daughter I was chasing around. And then the one time Corporal Wolf called me. He's like, "Hey, you gotta get back here. Where you at?" I was like, "Uh." It's like, "Do you really want me to tell you the truth?" He goes, "How far is it?" I was like, "Farther where I should be." And he goes, I don't care, just get here now. It's like, okay. It's like, fuck. Yeah.
Uh,
Somebody went through the rooms and mine got picked, and it was not satisfactory.
I think my favorite one was during the Nellis stat. Like halfway through, like someone called me and Ozcan over, and they're just like, "Hey, your guys' room failed inspection." And we're like at the hotel, our hotel rooms are getting inspected. I'm not even staying with him. Like, why aren't you talking? Like my roommate at the hotel in Ellis was Emmons, and I'm just like, shouldn't Emmons be here? For like, no, your room at the barracks, 4020. You guys failed inspection. I'm like, we haven't been there for a month. like, like, what do you mean it failed inspection? Like, it was dusty in there. We haven't been there. What the fuck did you want us to do? It's like the most ridiculous thing. I'm just like, well, when we get back in like a month and a half or whatever it was, like, you guys got to clean your room. It's like we're just kind of like, this is the weirdest fucking thing ever. Like, is this backwards land? You guys are serious?
The thing is, they were. And it's so fucking dumb. Like
I
I get
know.
it. You got standards to uphold and everything, but when your standards override the common sense to not sound stupid when you're speaking to somebody, you're just pushing it too fucking far.
I guess that's good order and discipline.
I guess.
Try not to laugh when I say the most ridiculous shit to you, Marine. I Staff Sergeant.
Yeah. Used to crack me up. Freaking Mayran got promoted to staff sergeant, and for like 2 weeks it was sergeant shit staff sergeant shit staff sergeant.
Oh, it was longer than that. Like when he came to the unit, like a year and a half
You
later, I was
did
like,
do
"Sup,
it then.
Staff Sergeant? Shit, I'm so sorry."
Oh my
Like
god.
it wasn't even on purpose. It was just a muscle. It was a reflex where it was just like, I see Mayrand, he's a sergeant. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Staff Sergeant?" Like I said it like I was fucking slow or something. Just like, yeah, that kid eats crayons.
Like, how are you not in the infantry?
There's something wrong with that one. We have no idea. We're lucky he can breathe. Have you ever seen him chew bubblegum while walking at the same time? No, he's not allowed to do that in uniform. We should see if he can, just to see.
For science.
I bet they took bets on me.
It might have.
I can just imagine Mayrand, Corkian, who was that other staff sergeant?
Harvey and Jenkins.
Harvey, like the and Jenkins. I could see like them just like sitting up in the teachers' lounge, going, just taking bets on like, how retarded do you think he is? Do you think he's an ASVAB waiver? Like they were talking shit.
Oh, they had to. Like,
If I were them, I would have been talking shit
if
about
it was
me.
rated, absolutely. Like, you can only look at a moron for so many hours a day without externally acknowledging that they're a moron. Like,
Okay, imagine this. The very
oh
first
boy.
time this happened, and then one of them goes up to the teacher's lounge after, like, guys, you're never going to believe what's happening in that room. What is it? They have a half-empty Gatorade bottle, and they're throwing it at each other's nuts. What? They're throwing it at each other's nuts, like whipping it like a baseball? No, they're tossing it granny style, so it has a definite arc. They've invented this whole game. There's a hierarchy to it. It's like Lord of the Flies with balls.
Oh my god. And we carried that over to VMX.
Imagine Mayrand trying to explain it to Corkian and Harvey. Like, you guys are never going to believe what's going on in there. You just lost the fucking pool. I told you they
Oh
were
my god.
retarded. Every last one of them.
Oh man. And like the whole class would get into it. Like everybody was glued to Battle Bottle. What'd you do in the Marine Corps? Tried to not have children with a Gatorade bottle.
How'd you do that? You don't want to know.
Actually, kids, sit down. Let me teach you something. Oh, God.
It's called terminal velocity in ballistics.
I'm going to teach you a little something about the parabolic dart.
you guys know how a mortar works?
Oh, man. The bad thing is, like, we would throw that thing, like, straight in the fucking air and just watch as it come down and smack us right in the balls.
How many times did it hit the ceiling and then someone's balls?
Quite a few. And then we went to the shop, right, over at VMX, and we were there for like a month. And we were all itching to play Battle Ball. And we had just the right downtime to do it. The
Oh
ceiling was
God.
higher.
And the room was longer.
Yeah. Yeah, it really upped the ante on the testicles.
It really did. Son of a
Think of
bitch.
where in the world else are you going to find something that a group of people just made up like that and it's accepted as completely fucking normal?
Prison.
I don't even think in prison, man.
Yeah, you're right. Probably not.
Like that's one of those instances where people draw the little cartoon characters about the Marines and the Air Force and the Navy and the Army. It fits the bill perfect.
See, that's what's wrong with millennials nowadays, the ones in the Marine Corps. I don't know if any of this is true, but in my mind, like, they have smartphones, so they're not beating each other in the balls with fucking bottles of Gatorade.
Damn, softies.
I know.
Oh man.
What are they doing to my core?
I was thinking about that the other day. I read something. I forget what it was about. It was about the Marine Corps or something. And I looked at it, I was like, I would have fucking had it when I was in. And I was like, oh my god, I have become that. I'm not comfortable with myself right now. And I felt like the old crusty bastard that just would bitch the bitch. Back in my day. Yeah, back in my day, we were fucking retarded. It hasn't passed.
Back in my day, we shot with iron sights, and as soon as that leaves my mouth, I'm like, it would have been so much cooler if I had an ACOG.
My god, that would have been amazing.
Right?
And
Not
now I
saying
want
I
to
would have
build an
shot
A2.
much better.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Not saying I would have shot much better. I don't think I could prove that statistically, unless I were to have an ACOG and go to a 500-yard KD course of fire and figure that one out.
We can figure it out.
I think we could too. I'd really just need to spend time at the 200 and 300-yard line rapid fire because everything else was consistent for me.
I used to
Rapid fire
love
always
that
broke
rapid
me.
fire.
I loved rapid fire, but it fucked my score every time. I don't know
I used
what
to
it
do really
was.
well with it. It was fun because like I would zone in so freaking good. Like just nothing else in the world mattered right then and there. And just squeeze, follow through. Breathe, relax, squeeze, follow through. And just like do the same thing over and over and over again. Score the target and I yeah, I got them all. Cool.
Not me. I don't know what it was. Like, I could blame it on a lot of things. Like, now that I've sat and thought about it,
Yeah,
and
that's better.
yeah, and really like thought and like Two of the best things I ever did to improve my shooting were one, quit smoking. And what that did is my hand shakes a lot less. And by a lot less, I mean it doesn't. And then the next best thing I did was yoga.
Me and my brother were just talking about yoga the other day at Planet Fitness.
And the reason yoga worked for me is breath control.
Oh, people underestimate exactly how important that is when you're
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
shoot, like for precision and for score like that, and that sort of a known distance scenario where you actually have not forever, but you got a moderate amount of time to really just squeeze rounds off. Your breath control is everything.
Oh, yeah. What was that? The rapid fire was 10 rounds in like 30 seconds?
Was it 30?
10 rounds in
Maybe it
10
was.
seconds sounds too short, but like, I want to say it wasn't an absurd amount of time because I know like it was 10 rounds, 10 minutes for slow fire. But rapid fire, I want to say was a minute or less, and I don't think it was a full minute.
Let's see here.
It might have been a minute, but I want to say it was under.
I 30 seconds sounds like it might be right. Let's see what the detailed instructor guide for the Table 2 course of fire from the United States Marine Corps Weapons Training Battalion tells us. That's a freaking mouthful, dude.
WTB, table two.
Yes, sir. I actually really like being down there in Stones Bay.
I'd like it a lot more if I didn't get Charlie range every fucking time.
Oh man, I'm way off. Like this is not what I wanted to look up at all. So what? Table two's the that's more combat focused, ain't it?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's gonna bother the fuck out of me, so I have to look it up now. Stage one. Yeah, it's a minute. So
Find it
stage
yet?
yep, stage two for the KD Table One course. You're shooting at the dog modified targets. You have 60 seconds. So you got to do what 5 rounds, do a reload, and then 5 more rounds. And that's from standing to sitting. And then stage four is at the 300, same target, 60 seconds, 5 and 5, standing to prone.
Ooh, prone.
Yeah, prone was always fun. Prone at the 300 though, like, can you make it even easier?
Yeah, you can have prone at the 500-yard line, slow fire. You take a nap between each shot.
Yeah, but watching people shoot as a coach at the 500 was so cool because if you stood at the right angle, right behind somebody, you could see the vapor trail.
Oh,
Like you could
nice.
actually almost tell somebody where they hit on the target with that.
Yeah, 500-yard line, for some reason, I did my best, but rapid fire fucked me. So, I don't know.
Right, maybe
Yeah,
you're just geared to make sure that your shots are deliberate and well placed. Conserve ammo.
that's. Ugh, I don't know. I also think it might have partially been pit love. I don't know if I could tell you the full answer. I'll never know.
I remember the one time I got pit love. It's the only time I shot sharpshooter, and it was you that told me what was wrong. So we were at the 200, and I shoot, nail one. Shoot, no impact, no idea. Shoot again. Oh, hey, I'm right there. And finally, like by the fourth or fifth shot, you're like, Donnie, you're shooting on 8-3 big gap. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yep, it's the only time I dropped from expert. It's my dumbass fault.
Well, you were on
But
8-3,
yeah, the numbers
just
were
not
right.
minus, just not -2.
Yeah. And anybody paying attention would have looked at me like, oh, yeah, you need to fix that before you shoot, dumbass. Oh, well.
Oh,
Little tidbit I forgot was those M4s when they first came out. You remember those?
I never got to use one.
I didn't get to use it either, but I was checking out I think it was a captain's who was down the range. And they don't have 8/3 on their site. I think it's 6.4.
Interesting.
Yeah. I can't remember how they figured out. You probably should just crank it down to 2. Now I'm going to have to look that up too.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I never played with an M4, but I want to.
I got some clones I just built we can play with.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a 300 Win Mag that we can play with if you want to see some fun vapor trails.
Oh yeah. We're gonna we're gonna, we're gonna take that 4570 out too.
Oh, it just sounds like fun.
I'm thoroughly impressed with how freaking consistent that thing places shots. It'll shoot through the same hole if you dialed it in. Just there's no variance to it. You are the variance.
No pressure.
Now my dad, he's had a couple eye surgeries, and I went out there out of camp. It was only 50 yards we were shooting at, but 50 years old or 50 yards with 70-year-old eyes and a couple eye surgeries, like you're kind of rolling the dice. Nah, he was drilling them. It's like, damn, Dad, shooting as good as I am.
How are your eyes holding up?
They're not what they used to be. Once in a
Same
while, I
here.
actually have readers, but haven't quite succumbed to wearing glasses at all times. Though it's probably on the horizon.
Yeah, my eye doctor, who is big into shooting, huge into shooting, uh, he gave me some eye vitamins to start taking, and they help.
I would 100% believe that.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
the big
absolutely
thing I
believe that.
notice is like driving at night, and like when like the headlights are coming towards you.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, yeah, and like how they can be like really like blurry, or there'll be like fucking streaks shooting off of them. Crisps
Yeah,
that right down to like nothing. That's when you notice it. You're like, oh fuck, it's those eye vitamins. God damn.
you have to shoot me the intel on those.
All right. And
I
then
actually have some stuff I have some stuff that I sell too, but I don't know if it would have the same ingredients or not, so I don't want to compare.
all right, I'll send it to you.
Word izzle. I was just trying to find the target Dad was shooting there, but I don't know where the hell it went to. But yeah, I definitely get the glare at night. It's like driving at night with wet roads and LED headlights coming at you is like, yeah, I'm probably gonna die one of these days.
Oh fuck,
That's what it feels like.
forget what I was driving back from with Joy in the car. I think it was Indy, and like we were going through Erie, and she was like asleep. Like she fell asleep on my lap. She just like pulled the center console up and like just fell asleep on my lap. She's like, I'm gonna take a nap on you. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna drive. And like at this point, I'm in Cleveland. By the time we hit Erie, it's a fucking snowstorm, like white out. And I'm just like, well, I'm just driving and shit, whatever. And like I just like got in a tractor trailer in front of me's like tire tracks and just like followed him because I'm like, I roughly know where I am, whatever. I'm just going slow. She gets up and she's just like, what the fuck? She's just like, I can't see anything. How do you like why are we still driving? I'm like, because I can see. She's like, what can you see? I'm like, I can see that fucking pile of snow on that side of the road. I can see the pile of snow on that side of the road, and I can see the two tire tracks of the tractor trailer in front of me, and we're staying in them. And she's just like, you're out of your mind. I would have pulled over and we'd be sleeping right now. I'm like, how dare you? That's no.
See, I don't mind driving in the snow so much. At least in a normal vehicle. Driving it in the tractor trailer, that's a whole different ballgame. I was
I'm
not a
impressed
fan.
what some of those dudes do. Like I've seen some of them where they're like they creep through it, and I've seen some of them where they're just like, I'm not even gonna slow down. Where I'm just like, you're nuts.
Dude, they're nuts.
It's all
Sorry, I
them
was swinging rubber band for the
Ukrainians.
cat there. Come on, get on. Now, I've seen some crazy shit. Like these guys, I don't know what nationality they are, but they'll like sit real tall in the seat, pump the air up a good bit. They'll slide it way back after they set the cruise control. And they'll have one foot up on the freaking dash, or sometimes it's hanging out the driver's side window. And then they have an iPad on the steering wheel just cruising. Like, bud, we're doing 68, 69 mile an hour. Like, what are you thinking?
Uh, that's a
Like,
great
it's
question.
frightening.
I would like to know the answer to what they're thinking actually now.
Yeah, it must be like acceptable over in their culture, wherever they came from.
Well, it
Set the
depends on who
cruise
you're
control,
talking
put your
about.
foot out the window, and go.
I know after that first Ukrainian-Russian war in like 2014, we started seeing like a lot of Ukrainian drivers like delivering stuff to us, and we're just like, oh shit, we got to learn Ukrainian or Russian or something. Because like every driver we were getting for an LTL load, we're just like, we literally can't communicate with them. We're like, what is happening? Like it went from like, all right, these people are speaking English every once in a while, like we could speak bad Spanish to someone, and now it's just like I gotta pull out Google Translate and like talk to them through hands gestures and be like Ukrainian or Russian. Like this was for a solid year, and then everything went back to like, all right, they're learning English now. We're good. But it was wild there for like a little bit, where it's just like I was like trying to convince the company to put me through Ukrainian lessons so I could talk to truck drivers. I'm like, will you guys pay for like Ukrainian lessons so I can talk to the truck drivers on site? And they're like, no, just use Google Translate. I'm like, that's not good enough.
Like, no, I really want to get to know these guys.
Like I need to talk to these people. I need to tell them, follow me. Take a left at this gas station, you piece of shit. I need to
Like, they
master it.
wouldn't buy into it, huh?
My boss knows me too well. He's like, this will backfire somehow. Like it won't backfire. I, I promise you, Bob, on my life.
My life is not going to backfire.
I
3
see only
days later.
upsides to this. Steve got in a fight with a truck driver.
Ugh. That's because you
What
learn how
happened?
to swear at him in Ukrainian.
I feel like I'd be learning the most important things first. Fuck you, follow me. Polish pierogies are better, you piece of shit. And that's where it would go wrong.
That's exactly where it would go wrong too. Like you cross the line right there. Like you want
Your
to.
grandmother's pierogies are dog shit, and so are you. I question your bloodline.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I was just having a nice, friendly conversation about what? Pierogies and vodka. Obviously, he didn't see them the same way I did.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Wrong pot to stir.
Here I am, just with this big spoon, just giving it one of these, being like, "Hey guys, how's it going? You want some of this? What you got in there? Potatoes. It's good for vodka too."
Whew, sorry, buddy. So we did have a half plan to
We did.
actually try to figure some shit out, and yeah, once again,
All right, so
Jesus
what do you
took the
got?
wheel. I mean,
God damn
I
you,
wrote down a
Jesus.
couple things. I wrote down a couple things. First off, I wrote down guests. Bring some other people in. You know, add some variety to it, and then, like I was saying before, like an agenda to follow. You know, something like, hey, this is what we're covering. Bring your best shit to the table if we bring you on.
All right. Guess we can do. I'm gonna need your help with that too, because I'm starting to run out of things. I can bring in a few friends that I've had on a few different times. There's a good dude, Navy guy, lives down in Texas. Matt Cups Cavish. He's the shit. You'll fucking love him. Uh, yeah, he was a weapons guy in the Navy, so he has some fun stories.
I'm sure.
Yes, and yeah, he's also. I don't know if I told you this. Do you know about the book series I'm doing voice work on?
Wait. You're doing voice work for a book series.
Oh my God, you didn't know about this? I thought I told everyone. All right, so there's this book series that's
I'm kind of mad I didn't know about this.
oh, I mean, I don't have like I just do like random shit. I'm really good at making blood curdling noises and a few other things. So it's a 12 book series by this Marine. Uh, Currently, he lives outside of Altoona, actually. And uh, yeah, so book one is a Marine Corps retelling of the Epic of Gilgamesh, where this Marine and his doc become immortal. Uh, After their first death and they come back from their coma, that's when aliens come to Earth. So, like a great Marine story. This is book one still. He ends up falling in love with one of the green aliens, a virescent with huge tits and a rose tattoo. Uh,
This makes perfect sense so far.
oh, yes. The second book is an analog of, oh, shit, which one is it? The Trojan War, the Iliad. So, and that's when Russia decides because when the aliens come, they come to like everywhere. So every country gets the alien technology. So basically, instead of having airplanes now, we have Gundams. So the Marine Corps has like fucking flying Gundams. And so does the Russians. And they decide to pop off World War III. And yeah, so World War III turns into a nuclear winter. book 3 is then the Odyssey, where the Marine is trying to get back to California because he was stationed at, I want to say Pendleton, but it was Pendleton, not 29 Palms. Tries to get back to Pendleton to his wife, and who is obviously the alien lady. And I am shortchanging so much of this. And they have a baby that gets sent off to Mars with that Marine's corporal, who became like his wife's best friend. So the corporal raises the baby on Mars. So I forget the cliffhanger ending there at book 3, but then book 4 picks up with the baby on Mars, who is now a sergeant in the Martian Marine Corps, and all the insanity that goes on with that. And actually, on YouTube, it's almost to the end of book 4, and I have quite a few parts in that. I play the Commandant.
This is awesome. Were you talking about this last time we were on?
I
I
might
think you
have, I
might have
don't
touched
remember.
on it. You might have touched on it. I missed the part where you said you're doing voice work for it.
Oh yes, I'm doing voice work. It's called Smoke Pit Fairy Tales. It's fucking fantastic. I've
Okay, you
read
did.
all 12 of
Yes.
the books. Yeah, and so yeah, book 4, I believe, is an analog of Hamlet, and it's basically barracks life and fighting fucking Russians on spaceships.
That's
And
awesome.
then book 5 is, oh shit, which one's book 5? Book 5, they after he basically like does insane heroic shit in book 4, he gets commissioned and goes to headquarters and reveals a plot where the commandant is basically throwing a coup and kills the president. And then he kills the commandant and he has to flee. So he becomes a space pirate in book 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read every single one of these.
Oh my God, you'll fucking love it. There's like books within the book too, and the most important one is called 50 Shades of Dave.
50 Shades of Dave.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. The dude's name is Trip Ainsworth, and I fucking love the
Yep.
guy. Like, we send each other shit all the time, and like, he's like, I need you to do this. Like, first, there's just like, yeah, man, I'll do some random voices for you. He's like, cool, and he's just like, here's this one. He's gurgling on his own blood to death, and I'm just like, oh, I got this. And he's just like, he listened to me. He's just like, did you waterboard yourself for this? I'm like, yeah, kinda.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. Like, does he do the? He does all this own artwork too, right?
He does. He draws and paints, and he was combat camera in the Marine Corps.
I got you.
So like, so he's actually really good at art too. Like, he has prints and all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, man, I'm on his website right now.
I'll bring you some of the books this weekend when we go shooting, because he used to have the first book for free on his website where you could just read it. Oh, also, do you have Audible or like Amazon Audible or something like that?
Yeah.
If you have a free token for a book, use it for the first one, Smoke Pit Fairy Tales, and listen to it. Like, because like all that shit that's on YouTube where he puts it out like week by week by week and like all that, when he's done with that, he puts it on Audible. So I think up through book 4 is on Audible, and book 5 is starting to come out on his Patreon. So if you subscribe to that, you can listen to book 5. But I mean, yeah, so you can like listen to them on Audible if you want. And I'm in a few of them. Like the first few books, I'm just like more like bit parts, but like when he just went, all right, cool, he's reliable, and like I give him good work, he started giving me more stuff. Like I got to be the commandant, uh, I got to be a ghost president. I just got to do like fun things where I'm just like, hey, can I do this one? He's like, yeah, man, sure. I'm like, sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, but if you
Yeah.
listen to him on YouTube, the end of the chapters, he puts in all the bloopers that of like people doing shit. And like there's some epic he's like, dude, you have the greatest bloopers. Like a lot of the other voice actors too have great bloopers. He was like, yours are some of the fucking weirdest. And like, it's me. What do you expect? Like I start singing randomly. Do dumb shit.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Smoke pit
Smoke Pit
fairy
Fairy
tales.
Tales.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
fucking shit.
definitely gonna have to look these up or look into these.
But yeah,
How could I
that's
not? You're doing voice work for it, dude. That's freaking awesome.
it's it's so much fun, and then listening to it so much fun because like I've read them all, so like I know what's gonna happen, and then like I listen to it, I'm like, it's so much cooler with like other people's voices and like other shit.
Ugh. So I was looking for my work email. I think I scheduled myself for the 22nd, so I gotta undo that.
Mm. Well,
Sorry, I don't
we got to
call
look into the weather for that. Like it might rain
them.
Saturday, it might be shitty. So Thursday, we need to look into it better and make a decision of like what's our go no go matrix for it.
Yeah, we should at least try to get a decent idea.
Hmm.
Oh, that's for Wednesday. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong damn day. Hey, man, we actually might be better suited not 47 of the 47 is the high, 81% chance of rain, which means it's going to be freaking soggy. So, yeah.
I was afraid of that. I was watching the weather earlier where I'm like, oh, fuck.
Man, I looked at it where it said, screw looking at the right day, right? I saw the little sun icon, and underneath it said, great day to be outside. I was like, we're doing it. And then it said Wednesday, and I was like, well, there's that. Oops.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, dude, I do it so much. Yeah, we dive head first. What are the details?
What are we doing? Great. Wait, no. Hold on. Wait, what are we doing? Shit.
Yeah. Oh man, the only time that ever paid off for me though was when Staff Sergeant Jackson said he needed volunteers on a Saturday when I was in phase crew. I was like, I'm not gonna get voluntold because it's just gonna piss me off. So I was like, I'll do whatever it is. I don't care. He goes, you need to be down at Stones Bay Saturday morning at 07 for spy rigging. I was like, what is spy
What?
rigging? He goes, spy rigging. You're gonna dangle off a helicopter, I guess. I don't know. It's like pilots need training. It's like, okay, cool. But yeah, the one time I volunteered in the Marine Corps for anything, I went to go spy rigging.
That's pretty great.
It was fantastic. Like 500 something feet up, flying around, dangling off a 46. Probably the coolest thing I did in the
Fuck.
Marine Corps.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely takes it.
Like, I had no idea what I was signing up for. I raised my hand. He said spy rigging. I didn't know what the hell it was. I had to ask around. Like, oh yeah, cool. I'll
I mean,
go.
I know what it is now. I don't know if I would have known what it was then.
Nope. I didn't have a freaking clue. It was me and that the one black girl from Avi. I forget her name, but we
Oh,
were
I know who
both
you're
sent
talking
down
about.
there. Yeah, she was awesome. I just can't remember her name. But
Oh,
so
shit.
the first time I went up, we we clipped in. We were individually. I took the end, like the bottom, so I didn't have anybody beneath me. So when I looked down, it was nothing but trees. I was like, okay, this is freaky, but I love it. The second time I went up, I was clipped on the same loop as her, and right after we, you know, got airborne, she was out like a light. Like she
Like,
missed
fell
everything,
asleep?
but she passed out.
Oh.
Just lights out, done. I tried forever to get her to wake up because when they're dropping you, like they're easing you down, like when you start easing down, like straight down, like you got to run in place because you got to pull the rest of the freaking rope out from underneath the aircraft. Could not wake her up. I was screaming in that poor girl's ear, like smacking her. I was slapping her upside the head, like I cannot get this individual to wake up. And like I felt her was like, wake up, like you got to get up. She
Oh.
finally did wake up, like probably 30 foot off the ground. And then she started yelling. I was like, no, just run, just run. I was afraid if she, started yelling, she'd just go back out again like it was people on the swings. But yeah, that was well worth 4 years of my life.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we didn't get to do all that much on our end of the Marine Corps there, but that by far was the coolest thing I got to do. That and I got to work on the freaking Osprey, which the Osprey, yeah, it's all right, but
It's got a
knowing that
great shape.
it's got a great shape to it, and we
It's
helped
got a
stand up the
great
first
shape.
deployable squadrons.
We did. This is true. And I kept it very free of corrosion.
You did a magnificent job at that, sir.
It never saw a piece of corrosion on those wings. Carbon fiber aircraft, zero corrosion. All me, baby.
I was kind of envious of you guys there in the hazmat shop. It seemed like you guys were kind of tucked away and nobody screwed with you.
They tried to.
And Staff Sergeant Green
Tried.
said no, and everybody backed off.
That was great when we had Green. Then we had Staff Sergeant Christopher was even fucking better. And then I had a fucking round table of who's who of fucking weirdos until I got Staff Sergeant Gaston. And by that time, like, I was just so jaded and I was not used to having a staff sergeant who fucking cared that I'm just like, what is going on here? This is so weird. And it took me like a while to realize, oh, this guy actually cares and he wants to do his job well, and I'm not running this show anymore.
Yeah, Staff
I'm
Sergeant
getting out in
Gaston
three
was
months.
magnificent.
He is. He's. I still talk to him all the time.
I message him once in a while. I bought a couple of those tickets there that they do the Harley raffle.
Yeah.
Figure out at least support the cause.
Yep. He's. I think he's got one going on right now.
He does. I have not reached out to buy him a ticket yet.
Yeah. I
I
would, but
wish
I'm
him.
like, what am I gonna do if I win this Harley? Like, I don't even have a motorcycle license.
Yeah, they're not that hard to get.
I know.
Just just got to be a little careful. That's all, buddy.
Yeah. Then I got to get it from one side of the country to the other.
That would
Although,
be the most difficult part.
no, it wouldn't be that hard. I'd just drive my truck out there. I'd put it in the back and I could drive my truck back.
Hell yeah, I mean, certainly worth a cross-country drive.
Road trip, baby.
That
You
would
know
be.
what? I think I'm gonna have to
You
bid on
win.
this motorcycle now.
Yeah, dude, because if you win, we're going on a road trip.
Fucking going on a road trip. We're throwing the dog Marcia in the back seat, and we're gonna have the time of our lives. We're like,
I
Joy,
like
come
it.
on, we're going to California. I gotta go pick up a motorcycle. You don't even have a license. Huh?
That's not the point. Do
I
you
don't think she
trust
would
me?
care. She might be like, but you don't have a license. I'd be like, I can get one.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. I just need you to trust me.
One of her friends is an instructor, and he'll teach me. He already likes me. We're both Italian.
Perfect.
He's like, and I actually got to get a hold of him. His name's old man. His name is Brian, and he's always just like, "Hey, do you want to go skeet shooting?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." When? He's like, "I don't know. Whenever you got time." I'm like, "I have a lot of time all the time. If we're just going around the corner there."
Yeah, skeet shooting's a hell of a good time. I haven't done that in a long time.
I got to go pick up that Mac 1014 that you showed me or told me about. Is that the one?
Yes, it's pretty
There's
much a
the
Benelli M4 clone.
All right. So I know you've gone to the Erie Airport. Not far
Yes.
from the Erie Airport, if you get on 90 and head towards New York, the
Okay.
town right before the New York state line is called Northeast, which makes sense because it's Northwest Pennsylvania.
Yep, it's Pennsylvania. It makes perfect sense.
Don't ask me how this works. The town is called Northeast, and there's a giant fucking place called Shooter's Warehouse right there on the fucking state line. And that's where this shotgun is. Like, they still tell New York I'm buying it, so I'm not like getting away scot-free, but
Well, they got to do their due diligence.
pretty much. Like, and it's nice because, it's just nice. It's just a very nice, large place. You walk in and you're like, ah, yes, so this is what a child feels like in a candy store. I've never experienced this because there's no candy stores in my town growing up.
Shooter's Warehouse, huh?
Shooter's Warehouse, Northeast Pennsylvania. And the village of Northeast is also an insanely beautiful little small town if you go to the downtown of it.
Hey, that sounds like a great time in itself there.
It really is. I actually went there. Me and Joy have Sunday mornings we go get omelets in random places. And one day we went to Northeast and then we found it's like a custom make donut shop. And we went and got custom made donuts after that, where you walk in and like they're fresh made donuts, and then they put like crazy shit on them, like Fruit Loops and Captain Crunch and bacon and maple syrup and fucking doodads and knickknacks, and we're just like, holy shit, that looks like diabetes.
Yeah, it sounds amazing though. Like
It,
it's
I wish
probably
I could
worth it.
tell you it was. I was on keto at the time, and I still am, so I didn't get to try them. I just stared at them like, are you eating those? She's like, absolutely not. We're giving these to my nephews and nieces. And I'm just like, thank God. I don't need that evil around me.
Yeah, I tried to do a whole no sugar day today, and then I mindlessly ate the last little bite of the cheesecake that was sitting in the fridge because I had like a 5 minute break where I can get away from the computer for work, and I was like, yeah, this looks good, yum. And I was like, oh shit. So we'll just chalk that
Don't
up
think
to
of it.
experience.
Don't think of it like, ah, shit, I ate the cheesecake. Think of it like, hey, that had protein in it. It had cream cheese.
And that's why you are the light of my life.
I try to help.
So try
I
to find that
consistently,
1014 on their site.
oh, it was in a mailer they sent me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I was just like, ooh.
Oh yeah. I actually, I think they had it in one of the magazines I get. I'll have to look again, but they're supposed to be pretty damn reliable. They, oh, let's see here. Do. Like that right there. You see it?
I don't see anything.
Oh man, I'm not screen sharing yet.
No.
Hmm. All right, well, that flopped. But anyways, dude, you're gonna have to wait because they're out of stock.
Ah. Oh well. Maybe they'll order one for me.
Well, on that, you can always check out Bud's guns. That's such a
Where are
wonderful
they?
toy. I'm not sure where their store is, but the beautiful thing is, oh, what's New York like? Can you order guns?
I mean, I have to get them shipped to an FFL and then I can pick it up from there.
Yeah, same process here, so
That's
you'll be
everywhere.
all right. Yeah.
But I
Well,
can't mail order like ammunition and uh, I know I can't mail order ammunition. I can get accessories like magazines and scopes and stuff online, but I know I can't get ammunition. I think there's a few other things that I'm not pulling off the top of my head right now.
yeah. So that Mac 1014, like the one, I don't know what model it is, the synthetic stock model. Like it looks identical to like the shotguns guys were rolling around Fallujah with back in like what 2005. I mean, that's what they're based on.
Right. Well,
Always wanted a Benelli. I just like that 1014. I'm not dropping $2,000 on a shotgun.
I am not a $2,000 shotgun person either.
Nope.
I'm a
I spend too much.
$350 shotgun person.
Amen.
And then I'll spend the rest of that 2 grand on shotgun shells.
Oh yes.
Because, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to learn how to use it and then I'm going to have fun with it. I'm not trying to do anything professional with it.
Yeah. So it's the same shotgun that in one of the John Wick movies.
No, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool to go shoot with that guy, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, it would be.
Like I watched him do some of that three gun stuff, and that dude, like, he doesn't just look cool in the movies doing that shit. Like he makes it cool because he just trains his ass off.
That's the way you do it.
Yup. So yeah, we got to work
Well,
on a guest list.
we can do that.
We can do that, and then what else? Figure out how we want this thing to go.
Yep, yep. I think we can do this.
I think we can too, buddy.
We need to break down Reggie.
We do need to break down Reggie, and we need to start asking a fat electrician for podcast lessons. Like, teach us.
I think the first thing he's going to say is don't be dumb. The second thing he's going to say is don't throw bottles of Gatorade at each other's balls.
Oh man, like I was listening to him the other day when I was lifting. Like I couldn't shut it off because like he's got a great way of telling stories. It's just like it's fantastic. And he was talking about terrible Terry, this World War II Major General.
I saw
You can't
the
remember it?
what I saw the video come up. I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, dude, you have to watch it. Terrible Terry Allen. He was a man of the enlisted people.
Nice.
He wouldn't have minded at all if you'd
Nice.
have said, "I like it, sir. Sir, it's got a nice shape to it."
You know what? I never want to live that one down. That one, I want that on my tombstone. Ah,
The best part is only people that were there are gonna get it.
I know. I also don't
Like
actually need a tombstone. I have so many plans for what's going to happen with my body.
I'm
My
afraid to
favorite
ask, but I'm asking.
in the state of New York, you don't have to get buried in a casket or get cremated. You can be composted, one, or you can have your remains mixed with a tree and planted. I want the second option. I would like,
What did you just do, dude?
I did this.
Because apparently the computer.
It's because
Why
I'm
don't
on
I get
my
to
iPad.
lose?
Check it when I
Ah,
do this, though.
holy sparkle farts! All right, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Uh,
So you
so,
want to come
anyways,
back as a tree?
oh no, not just any tree. I want to be a maple tree. And then I want my nephew to start a maple syrup business based off of that tree that my body is growing under. I want people to enjoy me on their pancakes. Uncle Steve's syrup. My nephew has already agreed to this.
This is brilliant, Uncle Steve syrup. Oh my god! Because I want people to enjoy me on their pancakes.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god! That's the best fucking idea ever.
I know, it's fucking great. Uh, uh,
That was uncalled
she wants
for.
me on her pancakes. Go ahead, you can tell her when we're done with this. She's like, babe, best syrup ever.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm definitely telling her about it.
She's gonna
Uncle
go,
Steve
your friend
syrup.
is insane. Oh
I don't
man.
know. She's heard some of the shit I've said.
Yeah, you're right. She does love you, so she's used to insanity by now. She's probably not even gonna blink. She's gonna be like, okay, this is one of your man friends. Good to know.
Yep. I think that makes sense.
Really does. And with that, I think that concludes the power hour, unless you have some like brilliant closing thought.
No, dude, I think you took the cake there with the pancake with Uncle Steve syrup.
That's right. Uncle Steve syrup coming to a store near you in 40 or 50 years.
fucking amazing. Like, they already got rid of Aunt Jemima. It can't get much worse.
They can't get rid of me. I'm gonna be under that fucking tree.
You like that pancake?
I'm gonna be putting the anal in artisanal.
That's it. We got to end it there.
All right.